Well, yesterday was very eventful. We had some huge news on Samantha Irvine just gone from WWE. Just left. Not leaving. Gone. She was replaced by Lillian Garcia. And apparently Lillian Garcia is now the full-time ring announcer for Raw, which I think is fantastic because I grew up with Lillian Garcia as the ring announcer for Raw. So it's going to be some nostalgia. I like that. But we're gonna talk about Samantha. We're gonna talk about some stuff that happened on Raw. I might talk about the JD Tony Khan stuff. I might, depends. Because some stuff happened between JD from New York and Tony Khan over the weekend. Made Tony look really bad. But again, I'm trying not to talk about AEW anymore. So I might talk about it. I might not. We'll see. You'll know if I do because it'll be in the timestamps. But the first thing I want to talk about is something not wrestling related. So skip to wherever you want to be if you don't want to listen to this bit. I'm currently holding an independent investigation. Okay. Now, some of you guys may remember in the summer, we had some issues over here in England. We had some riots. We had a lot of things going on. And there were reasons for these things that were happening. Okay. Now, I can't get into too much detail about what those things are. If you know, you know. And there's reasons why I can't get into too much detail about what those things are. And during those videos, which I talked about, I said that I don't experience these problems where I am because we don't have that sort of issue where I am in this small town in the sticks. Unfortunately, that issue is now starting to become a thing over here in that small town in the sticks. And I'm now having to do some independent investigations as to what's going on, who's sending people here, and how I can rectify the issue in a legal, safe manner that does not incite violence or hatred towards any community whatsoever. I'm doing everything by the book legally. I am trying to cooperate with government officials, my local MP, councils, and many other people. And I am ensuring that my investigation does not lead to riots, violence, or anything like that, because that is extremely counterproductive. And I don't support violence or riots or anything like that in any way whatsoever. When the riots happened here in the summer, I said those people are fucking stupid and they deserve to be locked up. Because they do. They took a real concern and a real issue and used it for their own gain to cause trouble. I can't stand those people. They belong in prison, okay? But I do not belong in prison. My investigation will be done by the book. My investigation will be done legally. My investigation will not incite violence towards anyone, okay? So I thought I'd emphasize that for police, government officials, because I have now put a target on my back. People are now going to know that I'm doing what I'm doing because I've put it on my my public socials, my private socials, with my name and everything, away from the channel, away from wrestling. So a target is on my back. So I'm emphasizing that this investigation is not to stir trouble. It is not to harm people. It is simply to make sure my daughter is protected. Okay? And make sure every child in this town is protected. And so many more things. Okay? So now that that's out of the way, I will talk about the JD and Tony Khan stuff. I will talk about it. I'll try not to go for long, because it really isn't that big of an issue, but it is a topic to be talked about, okay? So, JD from New York, someone who I've criticised many times here on the channel, has gone to war with Tony Khan, and then he put out a video yesterday really fucking exposing Tony Khan. I watched the entire 55 minutes of it. And JD, in my opinion, did a really good job with that video. But it all started because JD and Jesse on Wednesdays during their Dynamite reviews, they tend to be criticising AEW more than supporting AEW. And my issue with JD a couple of years ago was, he's glazing AEW. What the fuck are you talking about? AEW is a load of shit. Why are you saying this is good? This is storytelling when it isn't, right? But it's his subjective opinion at the end of the day, I guess. Now, because he's been criticising AEW as of late, AEW fans have been going after JD and Jesse. This resulted in JD doing it more and more and more and more and more. And it then got to the point where JD said something about Collision. He criticised Tony's booking. He criticised the push of Daniel Garcia. A fan of Tony and AEW says, "We believe in Daniel Garcia," as a reply to JD. JD then said that the fan was stupid for believing in Daniel Garcia. And then that brought out the leader of the sickos, Tony Khan, who ended up in JD's comments. Now, before we get into what Tony said, man, imagine if Vince McMahon would pop into the comments of some random fucking YouTuber or some random podcaster. Imagine if Triple H was to do that. Imagine if Shawn Michaels was to do that, okay? Now, they don't do that. Do you know why they don't do that? Because it looks unprofessional, and it is unprofessional, okay? Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Vince McMahon, they're not going to go and do that. Conan does do that, sure, but he runs Triple A, which is, who really cares about Triple A, right? But Tony Khan, he runs the second biggest wrestling promotion in the world, which, looking at their numbers, isn't a good look for wrestling in general. So, Tony said that JD was wrong for calling a fan stupid and that his opinion is subjective and so on and so on and so on. JD fought back and says, yes, it's subjective, but my opinions and criticisms come from a good place. You need to fix it, right? Now, Tony was basically calling JD a bully in a way. JD, in his video yesterday, pointed out many times where Tony Khan has gone online and been a bully, with calling Triple H and Shawn Michaels bald assholes, okay? With talking about The Undertaker and John Cena being on a show that was on less than 1 million viewers. Tony Khan is the key to the tribalism when it comes to WWE versus AEW. The tribalistic fans, it is all the fault of Tony Khan, because Tony Khan started it from day fucking one. There's only room, I'm going to get it out eventually. There's only room for one Khan in professional wrestling. That was unprovoked. Tony didn't need to say that. And it turns out there is only room for one Khan in professional wrestling, because it's not Tony. It's not Tony, it's Nick, okay? So, JD, he made a great video. I have resubscribed to him, because, I thought I may as well. I've resubscribed to JD. He made a great video yesterday. I suggest you go check it out if you've got a spare 55 minutes. Really gets into detail about stuff, really exposes Tony Khan, Dax Harwood, all these idiots that can't handle criticism. Ricochet, he's a new one that now just wants to argue with fans online. And Ricochet is going to be another topic of discussion in a minute. But it exposes Tony, it exposes AEW as a whole, all their wrestlers, the way they act online, the way they talk to people, the way we're all friends. Now we're not friends, but now we are friends, and so many more things, right? So, at the end of the day, JD's right, Tony's wrong. Will Tony fix the issues that JD wants to be fixed, that I want to be fixed, that the rest of you want to be... No, he won't. He's going to continue to book for himself. He's going to continue to put out random matches with no story. He's going to continue to think that we want to see what's his name, Commander and Hologram and the Beast Mortos and all these fucking guys that nobody cares about, okay? We don't care about them, Tony. We don't care. Okay? Next, I want to talk about Samantha Irvine, I'm calling her Irvine. Samantha Irvine put out a post yesterday saying that she is done with WWE. Now, I was thinking at first, oh, maybe she's got a couple of weeks left, maybe a month, and then I'll transition someone new into her role, blah, blah, blah. They'll do it all through the proper channels. No, in fact, she was gone that day, yesterday, done. She was replaced by Lillian Garcia, which I think is fantastic. Lillian Garcia is now full-time with WWE on Raw for now. We'll see how long that lasts. Don't know how long it will last, but we'll see how long it lasts. We know the ring announcers and the commentators in WWE recently, they seem to always switch around, man, and it gets pretty annoying. Michael Cole's on Raw, then he's on SmackDown, then he's on Raw, then he's on SmackDown, then he's doing both. Can't fucking keep up with what's going on with the announcer team in WWE, okay? But Lillian Garcia, she's now the ring announcer for Raw. Now, here's the thing. Here's the issue I have, right? I don't have an issue with Samantha leaving WWE. Is it a big loss? Sure. 100% a massive loss, because she, whether you like her or not, whether you think she's WWE's version of Aubrey Edwards, right? Because she does like to put herself in the spotlight a bit. I certainly noticed that. She did bring energy and really great announcing to the WWE, right? She could make fucking Giovanni Vinci sound important. Giovanni Vinci, who's now a jobber. Giovanni Vinci. Ludwig Kaiser. You know what I mean? She had a special thing for every fucking wrestler, from the jobbers to the fucking main event. Okay? So is it a big loss for WWE? 100%. 100%. I'm not disputing that. She has every right to go and want to pursue other things. 100%. Even if that's AEW. With Ricochet. And she can announce for AEW, which would be a big get for AEW, but again, it's AEW. You know what I mean? Who the fuck cares, right? Who cares? She could go to AEW, or she could go and pursue other things. Apparently, she used to be a singer before she joined WWE. Maybe she wants to go and try and do that. Try and get signed by a record label or whatever else. Now that she's made a name for herself, that could be the case. Now here's the issue I have, and this issue is reported by PW Insider. Okay, PW Insider are saying that Samantha Irvine told WWE that she was leaving WWE the day that she left WWE, meaning yesterday. Meaning this was a split decision thing. Now, originally, WrestleVotes put out that everyone backstage was shocked when they heard the news that Samantha Irvine was left WWE, and she's not told anyone backstage in WWE. So I thought, oh, okay, maybe she's kept it quiet with the head office, didn't want to tell anyone because it's an emotional thing. You don't really want to go over to the people you've been working with for years and tell them you're leaving, because everyone's gonna cry and hug and be all emotional, and it's gonna cause you to not do your job properly and whatever else, right? So I understood that. I thought, right, okay, it's a bit shitty for the people that she's friends with backstage in WWE, but I get it. But now PW Insider are saying that Samantha didn't tell anyone, including WWE officials, until the day she left, meaning yesterday. That is certainly something I have an issue with, okay? Now, if you're working at fucking McDonald's, or you're working in a warehouse, or any stupid little job like that, okay, then you can do something like that. Who cares, right? You're replaceable. If you're working McDonald's, you are replaceable. If you work in a warehouse, you are replaceable. A ring announcer for WWE, the biggest company, pro wrestling company in the world, is not really that replaceable. Now, they did find a replacement in Lillian Garcia, which was great. You know what I mean? It's a split thing, a quick time thing, right? So WWE managed to resolve the issue. They got Lillian in. Thank God they've not bought, what's her name out? What's her name? Alicia Taylor. I hope she goes back to NXT and they put Mike Ren back on SmackDown, man. Holy shit. She's bad. She's bad. She's terrible. But we got Lillian on Raw. Samantha's gone. Will she go to AEW? I don't know. I don't really care either, because whether she goes or not, who fucking cares? Who cares? Who cares? Not me. So, that's that out of the way. The next thing I want to talk about is we got a return on Raw. That return being the Wyatts 6. The Wyatts 6, when was the last time the Wyatts 6 was on TV? In person. Not in a heavily edited vignette. Not fucking things flashing on the screen. When was the last time they was on TV in person? Was it that eight-man? Was it an 8-man tag they had with Chad Gable's team? Was that in September? Beginning of October? It's been a while. It's been a while since we've seen the Wyatts on TV. Okay, and that's a problem. That's a problem I've stated for a while, because in order to get a gimmick like that over, they need to be on TV regularly. They need to be interacting with people on the show regularly. Okay? We need to see more of Bo Dallas interacting with people in a normal fashion regularly. And then if people cause a problem with Bo Dallas can then start to get a little bit fucky. You don't want to fuck with me because you'll bring out the Uncle Howdy. You know what I mean? How hard is that? How hard is that to put the Eric Rowan and fucking Joe Gacy in a tag team match against fucking, I don't know, some random team on Raw? Right? How hard is that? It's not hard at all. How hard is it for them to do backstage segments? Not hard at all. But WWE have kept them off TV. Why? Don't know. Were the Wyatt family kept off of TV when they first came in? Or were they a regular part of the show? They was a regular part of the fucking show. Okay? So these guys also need to be a regular part of the show in order to keep interest in them and make them a regular part of the show. That's not hard. Okay? WWE didn't do that. Instead, we've had a couple of heavily edited vignettes here and there with Bo Dallas talking to himself. We've had things flashing on the screen when it comes to The Miz and fucking Karrion Kross and whatever else. And I thought, yeah, I mean, bringing them back and feuding with Karrion Kross's team. Oh, no, no for me, man, because everything Karrion Kross has done has gained zero interest by the audience. I see WWE have tried. I don't know what the issue is with Karrion Kross. I mean, he's a great guy. He looks the part. He sounds the part. He wrestles the part. I don't know what the issue is with Karrion Kross, okay? I just don't get it. Because even me, I have no interest, but I don't get why. I don't know why I don't have interest in Karrion Kross. I just don't. And it's bad, because I like Karrion Kross, okay? But you're now bringing them back. You're getting them to feud with this team that no one has any interest in. They killed off Chad Gable, and they did. They did kill off Chad Gable. Chad Gable was extremely fucking interesting before this. I was rooting for Chad Gable. Chad Gable seemed like he was really going to go up in the world. And now, not so much. Because he suffered many losses to Uncle Howdy in the Wyatts 6. Okay? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no interest in the Wyatts anymore. Give me a reason to be interested again, WWE. That's all I'm going to say. Give me a reason to be interested again, because I have no interest in this. Now, before we get into the final topic, which is Jey Uso versus Bron Breakker, and I apologise for that jump cut, is very busy. We need to talk about something else that happened on Raw, and it's something that people are trying to cancel WWE for. And quite frankly, I think it's something that's fucking harmless and does not require a mass cancellation, angry mob. So, Io and, what's her fucking name? What's her name? Io Sky and, what's her name? Kairi Sane. That's it. Io and Kairi were talking to Adam Pearce. And as they was leaving, Carlito came in. And Carlito says to Adam Pearce, I've got to learn Chinese. Now, the issue here is that they're Japanese, they're not Chinese, okay? So, that's the issue. And people are taking offense to that, even though they're probably not Japanese, or they probably look like me, they're white, okay? So they're taking offense on behalf of Japanese and Chinese people, which is the usual. So people are online, I can't believe this, 2024, this is not right. It's comedy. It's comedy. People on this show are playing fucking characters. Carlito is a character. Okay, Adam Pearce is a character. They're all characters. Some of them might use their real names, but at the end of the day, they're playing characters on a television show. That's what wrestling is. As much as sometimes I like to differentiate the two, especially when we talk about people like Vince Russo, wrestling is a television show where we see characters. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Stop trying to cancel WWE and to some extent AEW when you're feeling a bit too soft, when you think, oh, I must stick up for this marginalised community. Oh. I can guarantee you right now, those same people would be silent if, say, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, we have a Polish wrestler, right? Let's say Polish. We have a Polish wrestler in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and that Polish wrestler is talking to anyone, right? And then another wrestler walks in, and he says, in Japanese, I need to learn how to speak English. But the guy's Polish, but we're all white. Would any of you be offended then? No, and neither would I. Even though I'm the one being targeted there, I would not find it offensive whatsoever. I'd find it funny if it was funny, but I'd have to see it to see if it's funny, okay? Shut the fuck up, get a sense of humour, grow a backbone. These communities that you're trying to fucking be white knights for don't care about you, don't want you, don't care about anything you have to fucking say. Shut up. Finally, we need to talk about Jey Uso versus Bron Breakker, and I need a drink. Yes, it's Dr. Pepper. I know, I'm terrible. I can't stop. We need to talk about Jey Uso versus Bron Breakker. Now, a lot happened in this match, but I'm not going to go blow by blow. I'm not going to fucking say Jey Uso did this, Bron Breakker then did that, then countered with this. I ain't going to do that. I don't watch wrestling to take fucking notes. I watch it to enjoy the fucking show. So, the main points of the match. Solo Sikoa was sat in the crowd. He had a ticket, you know, the old fucking, when was the last time we saw that? Oh, I've got a ticket. It's like in the universe mode, even before 2K. I've got a ticket. Oh, look at me. You know what I mean? So I thought that was fun. But the Tongas come out to try and help Jey, along with Jacob Fatu, and Solo also tries to help Jey in a way. And then Jacob Fatu says, fuck this, fucks up Jey Uso, and then that's how Bron Breakker takes the advantage and gets the win and becomes a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. A lot of people are saying, what was the point in giving Jey Uso this Intercontinental Championship reign? There's a lot of points. For one, it's furthered the story of Jey Uso and the Bloodline. Okay, it's given Jey Uso a reason to want payback against Solo and his boys, and will also give him a reason to slowly team up with Roman and Jimmy again. That's a point. That's furthered something, okay? The other point, give Jey Uso a singles championship. Give him that moment that he deserved. Give the fans that moment that they wanted. We got that. So that's 2 points of Jey Uso's Intercontinental Championship run. As short as it was, that's 2 points down. The third point, shut Rikishi up. Fucking Rikishi, shut him up. That's point number 3. So that's 3 points for Jey Uso winning the Intercontinental Championship and then losing it a few weeks later back to Bron Breakker, and Bron becoming a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, okay? So, those are all the points of Jey winning and losing the championship. We're now going to go on to more things. I don't know what they're going to do next, which is what I like to see. SmackDown is probably going to be an explosive episode. I don't like the fact that we've got Raw guys on SmackDown and SmackDown guys on Raw. I don't like that. But I will give them a pass because it means something. Apart from the Cody Gunther stuff, which, I mean, who cares about that? Right? Who cares about that fucking match? It's not for anything. I mean, it is for something. But no one cares about what it's for, so no one really cares. I mean, that's a match that I'd like to see in a different time for a different championship, a different thing, a different event, and they're throwing it away on fucking Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel Championship. Who fucking cares about that? But I'm losing track. Eventually, we're going to get to War Games. The Rock, more than likely, ain't going to be part of that War Games match because he put out an Instagram post or whatever the fuck it was saying 2025. So we're not going to see The Rock until 2025, meaning he ain't going to be involved in this War Games match. So, are we going to see 4-on-4? I don't like 4-on-4. I like 5-on-5, but it's more, we might be seeing 4-on-4. And we've already got the 4th Solos team. We've got Solo, we got Jacob, we got Tamatonga, we got Tongaloa. Yeah, Tongaloa, he's still there. And then we've got Roman, Jimmy, Jay. One more. Who's that one more going to be? Let's go. Sami Zayn. Needs to be Sami Zayn. I don't care. I don't care about fucking Hikuleo. I don't care. I don't know who he is. Don't care who he is. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn needs to be that final man if they're doing 4-on-4. Okay? I don't really know what they can do with 5-on-5. You can't really introduce fucking a bunch of new people and throw them in this War Games match and expect people to care, right? It looks like it's going to be 4-on-4. Throw Sami in as the 4th member of the Bloodline, OG Bloodline. Boom. We're sorted. War Games. Happy. I'm not happy that the Rock's not going to be in it and it's going to be 4-on-4. I'd prefer it to be 5-on-5, like I said. But what am I supposed to do, man? I ain't the fucking booker. But let me know what you think about all the topics we've discussed in the comments below. It's been a fucking hectic weekend with many things. A hectic day yesterday with Raw and all the things surrounding that with Samantha and Lily and everything. Man, fucking it's been a long one. Like, subscribe, follow me on X at DCrossman25. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.